Hey everyone, welcome to our weekly spin into stillness. I am Reverend Rob Benashak, and I'm glad you're here. And I am delighted that you are choosing to make meditation a part of your life, whether it's every day, every week, however you choose to do it. You are here, and this is a part of your ritual. Even if it's your first time, it's a new practice then. So thank you so much for being here. We like to be still for the time that we have together so that we can reflect. Well, first of all, we can intend something for this evening for ourselves. Then we can reflect on it. And then finally, we can meditate on that intention and the reflection about the intention and see what our deep self, our inner voice, our divine me has to say about what the intention is, what our reflection is, and how it all comes together in our meditation. So we start with the intention, as I just said, and that's just a matter of making a statement to yourself, to the universe, to the world around you, what you would like to experience or what you are hoping to experience as a result of your participating in this meditation. So it's a way of just articulating. First of all, it's a way for you to think of what you want out of this situation or any situation, and then to write it down, which gives it, uh, which affirms it, which gives it strength, which sends it out into the universe in a declarative way. And it doesn't have to be complex. It can be you would like to feel more connected to your spirituality, or you would like to be more relaxed in your daily life and be able to access these still parts of you in other parts of your life and throughout your day. You might be seeking insight on uh, from that inner voice on what you might do about a relationship situation or a job situation. Whatever the intention is, it's yours to reflect on, it's yours to decide, it's yours to declare. And again, I encourage you to write them down. If you do choose to write them down on a little slip of paper, like the one I have here, we do this because if we were in person, I would invite you to gather your uh, I would gather everybody's intentions and I would toss them into a bowl of burning flames so that we are able to release that intention out into the universe, not attach ourselves to it, allow the universe to come back to us in fulfilling that intention in a way that is best for us. So we state it clearly, but then we let it go and let it happen for us. And so I also prepare another little slip of paper, and that paper says everyone's intentions. Because we aren't in person and because I can't actually gather your little ticket, I like to create a proxy ticket so that everyone's energy can go into that burning bowl, just like it would if we were in person, and we can send it out there as a community and allow the universe to work its magic for us. So let's do that. Let's just take a few seconds to determine what your intention is for this evening's meditation. Fine. To write everyone's intentions. right there. And that will stand in as the proxy for all of you who would have brought those little tickets up to me. And we would have thrown them into the flames. All right. So, part two of our kind of uh, advanced meditation prep is to draw an oracle card. And we draw, at least now we do, from the Star Codes Astro deck. I still love this card deck for this particular uh, event because it's got a lot of really relatable, simple information. Um, you don't have to be attached to the mysticism of the cards at all, but you can use the cards to prompt you, to get you to think about your situation, your intention, maybe in a new way. It gives you some additional information for your very specific intention that might help you think of a new way to deal with something, to get a greater perspective or a different perspective on what your intention might have been. And so the two together kind of combine, and we take the information from both of those uh, preliminary steps into our meditation with us and see then what the divine me is saying, how it's processing the information from those two advanced steps. So I'm going to shuffle the deck and then we're going to draw the top card from the deck. And that will serve as the one card for our community's meditation this evening. So it addresses each of our individual intentions, but it's the one card for all of us. And I give my little talk each week. We've not been through this whole deck. We've been using it for almost 2 years, and we quite often may draw cards that we've seen before. Maybe it was last week, maybe it was last month. So when we do that, and I assure you, I shuffled the cards. As a matter of fact, did a reading for myself before we started today. So the cards are shuffled uh, more than a couple of times each week. So if that card comes up again, if you know from card drawing, that's either a message that you need to hear, that we need to hear again, or it is a unique response to the intention that you've set. So that same card may serve in two different ways for two different intentions. You may hear information about it or see the artwork for it or see the theme for it in a new way. So, even if we draw that 2 weeks in a row, if you haven't set the same intention, that card addresses the intention that you've set for the week. And this is true even if you are watching the recorded version of this. Each meditation is unique because of those who have participated in it. And so, no matter what, each meditation's energy is contained in its kind of little package of energy. And I think that's really it's really exciting and interesting. So don't fret if we saw this card the week before and I read the same words again. Um, I think that it still provides some interesting ways to think about things. So let me see if I can see this pulsing light stuff. All right, so I'm going to shuffle. And I should add that last week we drew a card that we've drawn several times before. The card is Juno. And one of our meditators with us, who is a friend and who was kind of giving me some grief about having that card pop up a couple of times in a row, uh, told me last week after we were done, he said, "Oh, actually, I called for that card because it was one that we've drawn before and I called for it this week." So, you know, synchronicities do happen. And I was very excited that it was a card that he sought to see, or at least to try his own intuitive powers to make it happen. So, very cool. And if you have anything to say about the cards being drawn or how they might have addressed your unique situation or addressed each situation uniquely, uh, let me know in the comments. You know what to do. Still working on getting this community together to say and share it with one another. I just joined an online spiritual community today that their message board is, I'm literally getting notifications every 30 seconds. So I know that people can be active in these spiritual communities because I just joined one that has not uh, stopped since I joined it early in the morning. So given that, come on, let's start threads through these meditations. All right, we're ready. I think I've shuffled. Maybe I'll cut one time. Maybe I'll cut second time. So if we get this card again and you know who you are, I'll know that you've challenged us in this. All right, here we go. Our card is okay. So I think we've had this card before, but it is a good card. We don't get it. This is not one of our most often cards. So it's transits. Transits, and the theme for transits is climate. What is going on with my lights? Climate. And we've had this card before. I don't remember how the theme works in with the card, but I'm going to imagine that it is really about the atmosphere in which we are finding ourselves in that particular situation centered around that intention. So we're going to be thinking about what the vibe is around us with this card, I believe. So there it is. And let's take a look at the card closely. How does it make you feel? There is a central figure in the card. I'm sure we'll find more about it in the book. There's all these beautiful mandalas, these geometric patterns around it. And it's about transits, which means that we are moving through something. And it sounds like climates are changing during that move. Let's see. This is from a section of changing states. The planets are always moving through time and space, always spinning around us. When those planets form geometric relationships to one another, they create transits, the astrological weather conditions of the day that affect us all. When a moving planet forms a geometric relationship to a planet in your natal chart, that transitioning planet can act like a guest who enters your house, sits in your kitchen, or sprawls on your living room. It activates that part of your existence. If that transiting planet talks to your Mars, it activates your warrior nature and fight or flight response. If it talks to your moon, it initiates a story centered around your home, your family, or how you would nurture yourself. The action of this card, this situation, whatever the intention is you've set, is in flux, and surrounding conditions are changing. Stay alert, aware, and be ready to respond to incoming dangers and opportunities. Some people are moving in, others are leaving. New opportunities open and old chapters close. Listen to the grapevine for changes in personnel or economic conditions. You are not in control of these elements, but you can make the most of these changes and dance with fate. People that walk into your life now may be karmically important. Either the relationship will last a long time, or it may be short, pithy, and teach you a valuable lesson. It can be helpful at this point to look at the transits in your natal chart. There is no volume control in this card's energy. Transits may trigger a small change in the personnel around you, or it could signal a shooting star that blazes across your life and turns your direction entirely. You have choices, though. Ask for grace and guidance when responding to the changing circumstances. The challenge of this card, wild cards are at play. You are not in control of who or what now brushes your life, and that can be scary. The gift of this card, even though life is an ever-moving circus, you do not control the people and the events transiting your life. Know that you are in complete control of your response to the transit. Choose wisely. Mm, interesting. All right. So, thoughts about this card? Would love to hear about it. So, jot it down for me if you'd like. And so now it's time for our meditation time. Get comfortable. Try to get yourself into a place where you are both relaxed and open, but you're also awake and aware of your thoughts so that you're in control of them, so that you can guide yourself into this space deep within, and so that you can hear and listen to the divine me, the voice within, the pure divine part of us that always has our back, that's always trying to tell us the truth when we listen. So we want to be open to this. Now, if you doze off, chances are you won't fall fully asleep because you do hit that very dreamlike meditative state if you doze. At least I have during meditations. But if you can remain in a space where you can actually actively kind of guide the conversation, that'd be even better. But it's your meditation, so whatever happens is perfect for you. So let us start by taking some deep breaths. We're going to inhale deeply. We want to focus on our breath that begins to remove us from the stresses of the material world. It establishes our breath that is going to be our tether and anchor to the material world while we take a little trip into our imaginative, deep self, that space, that universe within. And that's how we do it. We breathe. So we inhale and we hold, allowing that oxygen to fill our bodies. And then we exhale slowly. Now, before we do that again, if you can think of the words as you breathe, especially as we close our eyes, I am breathing in. And we pause and we exhale. I am breathing out again. It allows that focus for the breath to channel you in, to be that little guidepost that is taking you deep within you. So let's do this again. Inhale. And exhale slowly. Inhale again and hold. And exhale slowly. You can allow your eyes to flutter closed. As you allow your breathing to take on a natural, comfortable pace for you. And thinking of the words for now, I am breathing in. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. My breath is natural and it flows. As we breathe in, breathing, and with our eyes closed, find ourselves journeying inward as our body has relaxed. It has freed our mind, our imagination, from the limitations of our material world. And we, finding ourselves in a beautiful universe as we traverse inside of our mind. The breath work that we did to bring us through this gateway has allowed us to freely guide through this internal universe, however it appears to us. It's a vast, beautiful, safe space for our mind to play, with the beautiful vision of ourselves, our true self. This self that exists beyond our physical body. This space we have created with each other is a testament to the formless wonder of our mind. We remember the card. We remember the figure at the center of the card, and the card is up on the screen if you wanted to just grab a quick glance at it. The card is at the center of orbiting entities, the transiting entities in our life. And so now that we've come to this mystical universe within, let us imagine our essence, our being, our core at the center of a wonderful planetary system. And with us at the center is this intention that we've set, is this situation that we find ourselves in, that we have inquired about and are reflecting about, and are asking our divine me, our inner voice about. So here we are, an entity at the center of our own universe, thinking about this specific intention, and as we think about this, we become very aware of all the moving parts of this situation as orbits around us. They are ever changing. Each of these celestial items move at different speeds around us while we remain centered. And here we remain humbled. Our head is down and we are resting. But we are also not curled tightly. This is not a fetal position. This is a position that allows us to aerodynamically allow these orbiting entities to smoothly glide around us. We simply are allowing the waves, the orbits, and the implications of each one of these ideas, components, challenges, and triumphs of this intention that we've set to make their way around us. This is the grace and the guidance that the book has mentioned that we ask for, this ability. It's like the phrase water off of a duck's back. We just remain strategically positioned, relaxed, yet open, always being aware that the orbit of all of these entities is happening, and we remain as agile, as smooth, as responsive without being reactive or defensive or aggressive. This is a place of strength, of flexibility. It's not a rigid resistance. It is an awareness and an understanding of how each of these situations, occurrences, relationships, people, places can just glide around us. These transits are in orbit, so we know that this is cyclical. We know that no matter what is orbiting us, it will come and it will pass. And as we comfortably accept this place that requires us to be aware, to not react, to just allow things and understand them before we act. And now that we've nestled into this very safe little cocoon-like, womb-like place, our divine me, our inner voice, has something that it would like to add to each of us individually about this experience. And so I invite you to just have that dialogue now with your inner voice, what I consider the divine me, the divine that lives in all of us, in each of us, as it shares our truth. And we are listening now that we are here. That inner voice, that divine me, we feel so safe, we feel so aware, we feel so clear. Now that we've allowed that voice to come through, we may have not liked what it had to say or the assignment that we've gotten. We may not even understand it in this wordless meditation or this wordless communication with our divine me. But somehow this exchange has made us feel empowered and safe and filled with faith that we will understand, we will hear, and we will be able to act and to remain flexible and open the way that the divine me has very emphatically, lovingly, passionately given us guidance about. And so let us thank the divine me, because that divine me that is in me uniquely is also in you uniquely. And so we can thank it with confidence because it is part of all of us and each of us. Let's begin to make our way back to our physical body through that wonderful universe within that we have just had the most wonderful time going through. We're just gliding back, feeling ourselves gently, gently pulled back to our physical body. Slowly feeling ourselves almost pour back into our physical body. And as we do, we suddenly remember that we, in fact, are breathing deeply, inhaling and exhaling. This breath that has tethered us, that anchors us to our earth life all day long, every day, 24/7 throughout our entire life. This breath is literally the breath of life. As we settle back into our bodies, feel it reanimate. We find the energy in our fingertips and our toes. We feel that energy begin to gently lighten up in our bodies as we come back fully. And we can declare our return by taking 3 quick breaths. Inhale and exhale quickly. Inhale, exhale quickly. And 1 breath more. Inhale and exhale quickly as we return together. So we get it. We've got to be like this. We just got to be relaxed and allow it all to go around us. Allowing us to be able to respond, to deal affirmatively, to be wise when we do, when we're not reacting or defending. So I hope that you're able to feel that. And again, write it down, say hello, like, and subscribe. You know the deal. It says that up there. Yes, right there. So please like and subscribe. I appreciate you being here. We're going to send these little suckers off to the flames now. So I'm going to start with mine. Then I was lighting each of them separately for a long time, but I like to try to toss them in to the same flame so that they are part of that, and I can feel like we're all making that intention together. So it does kind of burst up in flame a little bit. I just have to be careful, that's all, and make sure I don't take my eye off of it. Right. So 1, 2. There it goes. I always keep my little water handy so that I can be there to deal with anything that comes up. Something I learned from doing this at the church where I keep talking about. We would throw those intentions in. So there it goes, ashes to ashes. We had that intention, we set it free, and I thank you so much for joining this experience. I see Kathleen and Sue as they are so faithful each week on Zoom. Thank you guys for being here. I love you so much. Mwah. Kathleen, there's my little Leo spell candle, a gift from my dear friend. It's lovely. Part of my altar now. Thank you for that. And let's see if anybody is anywhere else, because everyone is there all at once, aren't they? It's lovely. Part of my. All right. So if I don't call out to you, I thank you for being here again. Many times I keep realizing that people are saying hello to me when I don't see them. So, and I don't think I see you, but say hello. And you can say hello even if you catch this at another time. I will be very grateful if you do. And I know that you're here. I know that we're doing okay. I know that you're enjoying your time here. So I am not seeing anybody, but if you're joining, say hello. Again, appreciate you. I usually get comments afterwards, and very grateful for this opportunity. It keeps me on my own meditation practice and allows me to think creatively about how I can exchange information and insight with you. So exchange back with me. I'm willing to hear it. Have a great, wonderful summer's evening, and I will meet you back here next week. Good night.